You are the girl that puts yourself last, everybody first. You are always considering the man in your life, making sure that he has everything that he needs. And you put up a good show. You want to prove to him that you are different. You are not like every other woman he's ever met. And you have really pulled out the stops. You are the girl that cares about the things that nobody cares about, shows up in ways that nobody ever shows up in. You always let certain things slide because you don't want to come across too high maintenance. You don't want to come across as the girl that is always making demands. You really are prepared to be flexible. You will travel to where he is and you will try to make his life very, very easy because you don't want to be the woman that is too hard to love. You don't want to be the woman who's always got something to say, the woman that is always causing trouble. No, you want to establish yourself as a queen. But why is it that you are always the first to be sacrificed and the last to be considered? Why is it that when push comes to shove, you are the one he takes for granted, and when the thank yous are being said, you don't even come up on the list? How much does it hurt when you are not the woman he finally chooses to make his wife, his bride, his girlfriend? After all that you have done for him, after all many ways that you have shown up for him, why are you not the woman that he chooses? I'll tell you why you're not this woman. Because ultimately, men do not want a nice women. Yes, they want kind women, thoughtful women, considerate women, women with big hearts and big souls. But ultimately, they want to end up with a high value woman. They want to end up with a woman who has high self-esteem, high self-worth, and high confidence. The woman that gives from a place of wholeness, not a sense and a need for validation. They want a high value woman. That doesn't mean that you are not nice or you don't learn to be nice, but what is it therefore to be high value? How does this really, really manifest? How do I stop being nice so much and start being more high value? The kind of woman that men just crave so deeply and really ultimately commit to, ultimately honor, and ultimately cherish. Well, first and foremost, I want to invite you to the Nice Girl Rehab Masterclass. This is a free masterclass that is way overdue because it's time for us to elevate. It's time for us to really truly understand what it is to have boundaries, to have standards, how to truly communicate them in a high value feminine way, how to maneuver and work our way around truly making sure that for all of that we give and the ways that we serve, we are also receiving from this man, and we are ultimately top of his mind for the woman that he wants to keep, marry, honor, and really present before his world. We do that by being high value, and I know that it's not so easy because how does that actually work out? What does one actually say, and how can we set this up even from a digital dating perspective, from hello? How do we set up from hello that we are kind and good people, but we are not so nice, we're not a doormat. You can't just walk all over us, use us, abuse us, throw us out. We're the kind of woman that you really have to step deliberately and consciously. This is what I'm going to be breaking down for you. We're going to be talking about boundaries. We're going to talk about standards in a very unique feminine way. We're also going to be talking about contracts. What emotional, psychological contracts do we need to have with ourselves? What contracts do we need to have with the people that we allow into our life, especially when we're dealing with men? Do we know the stages in which contracts must be presented, how they must be presented? Do we have fun, flirtatious ways of making sure that our contracts are signed? We have to understand that life is not just about showing up and hoping the other person shows up for you, but really clearly communicating what it takes to be with you. Being very certain that that which I am giving to you right now, there is an attachment to it. There is something that I would like to receive in return, and not being ashamed to articulate what that is without coming across as if we are at a business table doing a business deal. We can show up in our femininity, we can show up and make sure that at every stage in the relationship matrix, we are getting our contracts signed. We are setting standards and boundaries in a way that is feminine and sexy and confident so that we don't come across like women with issues. But at the end of the day, wherever you are in the world, whatever continent you are in, what I'm going to be teaching in this free masterclass is invaluable. You need to be on it if you're ever going to show up as a high value feminine woman, if you're ever going to get the respect of a man, the cherishing of a man, if you're ever truly going to be happy in love, you need to be on this masterclass. It's easier for all of us to elevate when we're elevating as a team. It takes community, it takes our friends, it takes the women in our lives being on the same path, encouraging one another, because it's time for us to win in the game of love. And I have 1 billion women to reach, so let's get busy doing that. Send the link to your friends as well. See you there.